Welcome to another edition of the Recruiting Scoop. I'm Jarret Johnson. I'm joined by the mighty Joe Yeager. Mighty Joe, man, last week Texas Tech picked up a huge commitment, four-star point guard Pop Isaacs, 6'2", like 180, 190 out of Nevada. Big addition. What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely is a big addition from a small guy, relatively speaking. I mean, this is a roster that is littered with very large guards. Pop Isaac goes in about 6'2", 175, something like that. And, he's a true point guard, which is something we haven't seen much of for a long time here at Texas Tech. I mean, Clarence Nadolny is one guy, but, man, I mean, you just haven't seen anything of the guy for one reason or another. Right now it's an injury. So, I mean, point guard personally is my favorite position. It may be out of favor right now according to some people and in some coaching circles, but I love me a really good point guard. And so I'm thrilled to see a guy like this come in because he really is a true point guard.
You know, I'm glad you brought up like it's kind of out of favor because the whole positionless basketball type thing where you get a bunch of 6'6" to 6'8" type dudes and they all play, they're all able to switch on defense, which is valuable. It is. But it seems to me, it's my humble opinion, that those quick darty, fill it up kind of guards who can also create for other people, a guy like Pop Isaacs, are the ones who hang banners. Even look at Baylor,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've always believed, or at least for a very long time have believed, that the very most damaging thing for any defense is a penetrating
dribble
guard.
Penetration.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's basically like, it's like a fifth column, in a war situation. You infiltrate, you undermine, you subvert from the inside because you get in there and suddenly the integrity of the defense is weakened because you have to account for the guy that gets into the paint. So if I'm a coach, if I'm a recruiter, there's always going to be room on my roster for a guy like that. And this is one of those guys. When I was watching videotape on Pop Isaac, I tell you the first name that popped into my head when I was watching him, Bobby Hurley.
Oh, wow.
Of all things. Of course, arguably the greatest true point guard in Duke history. He would have been probably a very, very good NBA player, but he had that car accident, which kind of derailed his career a little bit. Now, head coach at Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
But, Pop, what I like about him, one thing is he's got a certain presence about himself on the court.
Yeah.
If you watch him, you can tell that this is a guy who is poised, who is confident. He just looks like a leader. This is your floor general kind of a guy. You put the ball in his hand, and you let him run the show. And if there is certainly a place in the Texas Tech offense for this kind of guy, and they wouldn't have recruited him if there wasn't, then he's your man. This is a valuable pickup that they've got here.
Yeah, he told 24/7 Sports that basically he does expect to come in and play, and that's basically what the coaches have said. Like, we need your skill set, kind of what you're saying. The Tech doesn't really have it. Other than Nadolny. Nadolny's really more like a defensive first.
Sure.
He does have some offensive capabilities. I think that we, like if he could stay healthy and get more playing time, I think would come, to the forefront. But this guy has it. And I think another thing that's really interesting is I interviewed Brendan Housen about the coaches going to visit him at his house last week. But also asked him, hey, did you see that Pop committed? What do you know of him? Do you even have an opinion on it? And he said, I think this is a great get for Tech. It's a great fit. And he said he played against him at Peach Jam, which if you're into college basketball recruiting, then that's a big tournament every summer, where a lot of recruits rise and fall in the recruiting rankings in that tournament. And he mentioned Pop was more of a pass first point guard, which, you watch his highlights, you see him as a shot maker more than a guy creating for his teammates. So that actually made me really happy, Joe.
Yeah, I think he's got a great handle. I think he's got great vision. He is your quintessential. I agree with Housen there. I think he's capable of filling it up some. Don't get me wrong. And he's got a good outside shot and everything, and he can hit the little teardrop from time to time.
Yes.
But I mean, the main thing that he's bringing is the ability to distribute the ball. And one other thing about him, I've heard some people question his athleticism a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm not buying it. I see an awful lot of quickness, a very fast first step on this guy. I see him fast in the open court. This is a guy who has enough athleticism to flourish in the Big 12. So anybody who's kind of knocking him on that, I think you're off base here. I think he's got plenty of athleticism to burn here.
All right, Mike Joe. I know we're here in front of the Jones. It is football season. We have tons of football content for you, but man, people are always clamoring to hear from Mike Joe about the latest from Tech basketball. So I hope this feeds the beast here a little bit. But great stuff from you as always. Thank y'all for watching, and until next time.